You know it's going to be a busy day when I have the protective shades on. We got a lot to do. We don't have a lot of time. Even though it's sunny, it's winter and the days are short. And we have a lot to accomplish before tomorrow, so stay with me. So here's what we got going on. I have to clean up all of the little broken branches from this tree, and we're gonna have to burn it. We're going to burn the leftover stump and bits and bobs and bark and stuff from preparing the firewood over the summer. There's been a stump there for a long time. Today's a good time. It's been fairly dry recently, so we can burn it. We'll get into the sleep out. We'll take care of moving things out of the sleep out. We are in kind of the final prep stages. We have a plasterer coming to fix up some of the cracks in the walls, get that all replastered so that I can paint it, and then really get into the nitty-gritty of the final steps into preparing that space. We're going to be pulling out the carpet. I'll show you all that stuff later. Then here in the garage, we have to transfer about 8 or 9 boxes that we've been storing in what was the bedroom of the sleep out. We're going to move that into the garage, and there wasn't space in there, but I've made space, but I still need to clean it up. So there's a lot to do, and then hopefully we can get into the orchard and do some pruning. Winter is the perfect time to prune your fruit trees, and some fertilizing. So there's a lot to do. Let's get into it. I don't know if you know the story of how humans discovered fire, but according to the ancient Greeks, there was a titan. The titans were like the people who ruled Earth before the gods. And one of them was named Prometheus, and he stole fire from Mount Olympus and gave it to human beings, showed them how to make it, how to control it. And the immortals were so angry at him for giving human beings this incredible tool that he was punished. And his punishment was he was strapped to a rock and a vulture pecked his liver out every day for eternity. So he made a big sacrifice, and we humans should be thankful to Prometheus because without fire we would just be, another ape. We'd be like chimpanzees. So you definitely need to keep an eye on this stuff, and we will be. I'll be working just over there. This is going to be within eye shot, and I'll be coming back and checking in on it periodically. We have the roller loader thing. And then here we are in the sleep out. Yeah, so this room is going to be the bedroom. And as you can see right now, it is a storage room. So the first step to whipping this place into shape is getting all of these boxes out and into the room that I just cleaned in the garage. I'm gonna use the little moving roller thing. I'm sure that has a name, but I don't know what it is. And I'm gonna load it up and we're gonna get the ball rolling here. So I'm gonna try to do 2 or 3 boxes at a time. Let's go. Well, like I said, days are short and the task list is long, but I do feel like we have made some pretty good progress today. I've got all the boxes out of the Sleepout and into the garage. Garage is cleaned, and after a bit of sweeping, a little bit of sledgehammer work in the beginning just to open that space up. Yeah, it looks good, it feels good, and I have about 24 hours until the plasterer comes, so I will get to work tomorrow morning clearing out the rest of the miscellaneous stuff from the Sleepout so that he can get in there and work. And once it's plastered, I'll get in there and paint, and then the last step is redoing the carpets, and then we can move all the stuff in and turn that into a nice little Sleepout. So feels good to make some progress, to be outside and to get some work done here on the property. He's a good boy. Big boy now. He's a woolly mammoth. You just chewing your barf? That's pretty good, huh?
It's good.
Look at how woolly he is. So
Time for a shear, my friend.
Time for a little haircut soon. Here's Roast, who's been renamed Toast. Hey, Toast.
Our neighbor was gonna roast him, but
She didn't have the heart to do it.
I wasn't having it.
No. Once he came across the street, he was saved. Are you gonna eat my watch? Hey, no, don't do that. Hey. Ow. You got a little bit of grass in your mouth, right? Okay, friends, we're back. It's the next day. We do have a little bit of weather on the horizon, but supposedly we still have a couple of hours. So I'm gonna get started here in the orchard. We're gonna be trimming back. This is an apple tree. I think it's the oldest apple tree in the orchard. It's the biggest one. And last season it produced a lot, although many of the apples the year before had the dreaded black dot.
The black spot!
We put neem on it, and that made a lot of the apples better, but one of the things that we didn't do is we didn't really trim it up properly. So rule of thumb with fruit trees, I'm learning each one kind of has a different set, but with apple trees, you want it so that like a bird could fly through the branches without hitting anything. That promotes airflow, which makes it more difficult for fungal growth. Also, any branches that are growing down, you want to get rid of those, and you want to trim them back to like the join. And then when you're done, once you've trimmed, you cover it with one of these little grafting or pruning sealants. And this just helps keep the limb, if you will, sealed, and helps stop infections and diseases. So let's get into it. After that, we'll fertilize it, and that's the first one of quite a few trees that we'll be handling, but this is the biggest one and needs the most work, so we'll start with that. Another thing that's worth mentioning is always wash your pruning tools before use and in between trees, because you don't want to spread disease. Wash your tools, you know what I mean? All right, I think I'm done with this guy. It looks pretty good. We've got the flight path here, which is going to promote that good airflow. Prune Tech, your favorite pruning paste. Do you have a cut on your tree? Prune Tech. the pruning and grafting sealant with applicator brush. I am available for voiceover for tacky late night TV commercials, just let you know. So this is kind of fun. Take a look. Whoa, it's blue. Okay. Wow, did not know that. That's a surprise. But it's also kind of fun. It's like painting. Arts and crafts time, people. Sweet. All done. That's one tree down. Only like 25 or more to go. One other thing, I don't know if I showed y'all this, but I just said y'all. I do have Texas roots on my mother's side. But our chicken coop wasn't doing its job. The chickens were able to enter and exit as they wished, which sounds nice, and it's great for the chickens. It's just not really good for us as the owners, because we would wake up every morning to a nice steaming pile of chicken present on our front door mat. So we needed to keep them in. So what I did was I used some recycled timber from here on the property, and I just elevated and did a second level of chicken wire, because they were able to jump up and over that first level here. And so we brought it up to here and went it all the way around, and it's working a charm, which is great. So we do let the chickens out every day. But the thing that we were noticing was when it was like a rainy day before we had that, the chickens would come out and they would like take shelter on our front door and inevitably just leave a couple of turds there. So it's a lot better not having to deal with that. Like every time you open the front door, to just be like. Also, another thing was like one of them would lay in the coop, and then another one would do like an Easter egg hunt every day. So we were only getting one egg, but now with this, we keep them in there until around like 11 a.m. And by that time, both of them have laid, and we can let them out to roam, do whatever they do, peck, scratch, search for food. And yeah, it's working out real good. So that was like a little afternoon project. I didn't document it because I had put it off for so long, and then all of a sudden I felt, to be honest, I opened the door and it was like one present too many. I couldn't handle it anymore, and I just walked over there and dealt with it. And I didn't capture it because I did it in about 2 hours and just hammered it out and was done with it. And then kind of like woke up and was like, whoa. I was like, oh, I should have captured that for the vlog, but I didn't. And then other than that, progress is being made. Plaster is supposedly on its way. He's very casual. We're making progress. Excited to document the whole Sleepout transformation and to get that into its best self. Happy, it's crazy. Spring is definitely happening, even though it's mid-July. Like, you know, I want to get on these trees because they're starting to bud, and you want to do all of the trimming you're going to do before they start budding. And it's crazy, I'm actually seeing new leaf growth on this apple tree over here. And I'm just blown away. Like, it's way early, but it's been a fairly mild winter, and you know, climate weirding. I do have a kereru, wood pigeon. They start to come in the spring to nibble on the cowfie trees, which is a native tree here and a native bird. And yeah, life's good, it's mellow. Staying productive, pumping out as much good content as I can, but also working on something, a long-term project, something I've been wanting to do for a really long time and just have never really had the time to do. I'm making the time now, so if moving forward in the next, 1 or 2 months, I'm a little bit less consistent here on the channel, you know why. It's because I'll be working on something big that I've been wanting to do for a long time that's going to add a lot of value for all of you out there. And I'm excited. And also, I should announce that I've started releasing my personal travel guides. It's through an app called Thatch, and it's super cool. It's super interactive. Essentially, I'm saving all of my favorite destinations and on maps, which you can access by purchasing the guide, and then it has a detailed itinerary, you know, all of my favorite restaurants, hidden spots, secret gems, practical information. It's all linked, so everything is right there at your fingertips. You don't have to jump around if you want to book a tour or you want to get tickets to a museum or whatever it is. And right now I have Italy and Iceland. Both of those are live. I'm working on Costa Rica for the next one, and then probably New Zealand after that. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like any other destinations for me to cover, to create itineraries or travel guides for you out there. And in the meantime, go check out those guides. I'll link those right now down there. Thank you all for watching. Short but sweet. We did manage to get a lot done. I can feel the temperature dropping and clouds rolling in, so I do think that that long-awaited rain shower is on its way. But we did get a lot done, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you're all doing well. And oh yeah, one last thing. Penny, the pony, super happy ending to her story. And I will link Carrie's video here because she did a really good job of explaining the whole situation, her whole story, and where Penny is now. So check that out. I'll link that down in the description. Anyways, sending you all lots of love. Hope you're all well, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.